We have some new details surrounding Matt Reeves The Batman, due for release in 2021. In particular, the cinematographer Greg Fraser has come out with some new details surrounding the character focus of the film, alongside a discussion on the tone. We also have some info on Matt Reeves, who has signed a new deal with Warner Brothers, and some additional updates on the filming, which is set to resume shortly. I'm going to be getting into all of these details for The Batman and outlining my thoughts towards them. Before I get into it, if you want to stay up to date with all the latest news and reveals, then subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Also, if you enjoy this video, remember to give it a like rating. Without further ado, let's get into all of these latest updates. So, Matt Reeves' The Batman, featuring Robert Pattinson in the role of the Dark Knight, is already highly anticipated amongst many film fans. The film includes multiple villains from Batman's rogue gallery, but according to the project's cinematographer Greg Fraser, the true focus of the script will be on the relationship between Batman and his faithful butler Alfred, played by Andy Serkis. In a new interview with Collider, the DP said, "It's a character-based movie about the characters, about Andy Serkis and Robert Pattinson's character. It's a very good script, like all of Matt's scripts, and well thought out." Obviously, Alfred has been a part of every adaptation of the Batman mythology, and the relationship between them is far more complex than a standard arrangement. Ever since the death of Bruce's parents, Alfred has acted as a father figure and the keeper of the Dark Knight's most closely guarded secrets. Having Alfred play a pivotal role in the narrative would make sense for a more emotional, character-based study of Batman's journey, which Reeves has stated in the past will be his intent with The Batman. Fraser also acknowledged the pressure on the film's team to rise to the expectations of fans around the world, but believes Reeves is the right man for the job. He said, "We're having a ball making it. We're going our best and it's a lot of pressure. I don't think Matt takes non-pressure movies. To do the American version of Let the Right One In, that's a huge pressure. To do the Apes movies, which I think a lot of people have a lot of vested interest in, is a lot of pressure. So Batman is also a lot of pressure. He's a gutsy director." He also goes on to talk about the tone of the film in regards to the darkness of what could be portrayed, in saying there's darkness in the character for sure, and we need to create a mood which is obvious. It's a Batman film. I don't think it's going to be oppressively dark in terms of visually, because that's not what we're trying to do. We're not trying to have a competition about who can go the darkest of the darkest of the darkest. We're trying to create intrigue. I love the way some of the comics look. You can see relatively quite clearly in those graphic novels. So based on these comments, it looks like the Batman will have an appropriate amount of darkness, both in its contents and its visual language. But it doesn't sound like Matt Reeves is trying to make the most extreme Batman movie ever made. What's more, it seems to be taking a heavy inspiration from the character's life in the comics. In his conversation with Collider, Greg Fraser was careful not to actually reveal anything about the contents of the film. Still, his comments seem to indicate that Matt Reeves and company aren't trying to go dark or brutal for the sake of it. Instead, the movie's contents and visuals are set out to reflect Bruce Wayne's inner turmoil. In my opinion, I'm not too bothered on the tone of a movie, as long as what is happening on screen serves the story and the characters, and everything we are hearing seems to be pointing to a character study of Bruce Wayne in the form of the Joker movie from last year. We'll have to see, but these comments definitely spark some interest towards what the story and the characters will actually be focused on. Moving on, Matt Reeves looks to be expanding his relationship with Warner Brothers, as the director of The Batman has signed an overall deal on the TV side with Warner Brothers Television Group. This deal between Matt Reeves and the TV division is for all platforms, including the newly launched HBO Max streaming service. Reeves' Sixth and Idaho currently has a first-look film deal with Netflix and was previously set up with 20th Century Fox Television on the TV side. Sixth and Idaho is also currently producing the Netflix series Away, which released its first teaser yesterday, and Amazon's Tales from the Loop, alongside many other shows which are currently still in production. What this tells us is that Warner Brothers are very excited towards the input Matt Reeves is having on these different projects, and it could also suggest that one of these projects is The Batman. The fact he signed this big deal with Warner Brothers shows that they have confidence in his work, and it only gives us a more positive look towards his interpretation of the Caped Crusader. We'll have to see what other projects are announced under his label, but it's definitely promising as the director begins his work on such a huge trilogy. The last piece of news to discuss in this video is the production itself. As we all know, The Batman shut down its production on March the 14th, and ever since we have been waiting to see when it would resume its filming. While getting a multi-million-dollar movie back into production, it was also evident that it shouldn't be rushed as the film lost a crew member to the virus during the shutdown. As time has passed, the UK government worked on its guidelines for film and TV productions to resume, and it appears that everything is almost ready to go. Over the weekend, the UK Culture Secretary announced that several films are preparing to resume production. This list includes Mission Impossible 7, Jurassic World Dominion, Fantastic Beasts 3, and of course, The Batman. However, the films will find the return to production very different than they have before. The films will be restricted to bubble-style environments where the cast and crew will need to live close to where filming is occurring, and they will also be restricted from venturing into the surrounding communities. The filming shutdown already caused a delay in the film's release, which is now currently scheduled for October the 1st, 2021. Hopefully there won't be any more delays and we may see some new set photos very soon. But that's all the new pieces of info we got surrounding the new Batman film coming out next year. There's no telling what Matt Reeves has in store for the film, but he's assembled a strong cast to occupy this new iteration of Gotham City. All of the reports from the Batman set have only helped to build the anticipation, with the cast and crew continuously praising Matt Reeves' vision. We'll just have to wait for more sneak peeks onto the set once production picks up in the UK, alongside DC Fandom, which is scheduled to start on August 22nd. Luckily, the movie has the potential to be one of the first big blockbusters to continue production, and with it set to hit theatres on October the 1st, 2021, it looks like the film is well on track to meet its release date. As a fan of Nolan's trilogy, I'm really looking forward to seeing how Reeves will tackle the characters and what his overall vision will be in regards to the film being the start of a very unique standalone trilogy. But anyway, let me know down below what you think towards all of these new details surrounding Matt Reeves The Batman. For more videos surrounding The Batman over the course of the next year, then subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Also, if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like rating. I will be covering DC Fandom just in case there are any announcements for various films like The Batman, so look out for all of this coverage during August. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been Cortex, and as always, make some noise.